Well, she did 3 moves once again, makes it look easy.
Unbelievable talent. He's got himself into the lead. Smile.
Look at that shooting accuracy.
He's going to cross the line as a deserving World Cup final champion.
The talking is over, the field is set, and the ultimate crown is on the line. Welcome to Super Sunday inside the spectacular Bock Arena for the conclusion of the 2026 Pentathlon World Cup final. Today, the top 18 women on the planet collide in a high-stakes sprint for podium immortality. Well, they've had a day to recover after very warm conditions here in Hungary. The semi-finals were a couple of days ago, but the searing heat will push their bodies to the absolute limit. Already 33 degrees today. They will battle through the tactical war of fencing, the lightning speed of the obstacle course, and the grueling lengths of the pool as they chase vital points needed to secure their head start in the concluding laser run. And this is where the fence begins. It's épée fencing, 5 rounds of direct domination over a minute, first to 5 touches. Then they move on to the obstacle course, and this is where there is a huge amount of jeopardy, but the times have been dropping throughout this year. Into the pool, where the distance has been reduced from 200 metres to 100 metres this year, and this is a race against the clock to get the final points for the handicap laser run. The leading athlete will start off around the course, and those behind will have seconds penalties or seconds handicap going out. They'll visit the range first before they complete the first 600-metre lap. That's new this season as well. They will then repeat that, so 5 visits to the range, 5 laps of the track, and whoever crosses that line in first, second and third will take the World Cup final medals this year. Well, 3 World Cups have led to this exact moment. 90 minutes of pure, unadulterated drama to crown our champions. You don't want to blink. Super Sunday will begin very, very shortly. I'm Karim Bashir, and to help me break down every ounce of drama on this monumental Sunday, I'm joined in the booth by a true titan of the sport, former World Championship medalist from Egypt, Mariam Aymar. Well, this is thrilling.
It is, and I mean, as you said, the stakes couldn't be higher, but the road ends here with medals on the line.
Well, this is the lineup, and there's a few names in there that are worth pointing out. Exuxel at the top, Hank struggling through the obstacle course. We've then got Anna Yurt, who's a gritty runner. Rita Erdos, who loves performing in front of the home crowd. Blanca Guzzi, well, she's had the season of her career. And look, there's chances down the bottom. Flavin had a brilliant fence in the semi-finals. It's time, though, now to meet each of our 18 athletes. We start with Mathilde Derval from France. Watch her make gains on the obstacles. Very strong athlete from Belarus, Anastasia Malashanoka, Cairo World Cup silver medalist. She'll make gains in the pool. Agazata Karbovnik. Expect her to climb the rankings over the OCR, the obstacles. She hasn't got a bad swim time either. From France, Colline Flavin, great fencer, but actually it was her run that got her through to the semi-final, through the semi-finals, I should say. Making her first final of the season. Can she fence well to set up a run at this event? Well, it's Valencia here. And now Fernandez Donda. She'll be looking for a good fence, that is for sure. Now, the other Belarusian in the field, Violeta Hurieva. She made the extended podium at the World Cup here a few weeks ago. If she performs like she did in the semis, who knows where she can finish. But she's up for it. Gold and silver this season on the World Cup circuit. Red hot favourite?
Yeah, unbeaten podium streak this season makes Blanca Guzzi one of the favourites once again.
Promoted to this final after the withdrawal of Meseros. This will come down to Karolina Krenkova of Czechia's fence and swim. Silver at the 2024 European Championships here in Budapest. She loves the atmosphere here. Can she get in a good fence at OCR? Anna Yurt from Switzerland. And here is the other Hungarian, Rita Erdos, the 2024 World Championship bronze medalist, will have the home crowd behind her. Lucy Klavachkova from Czechia. No, that's Jana Atia. Oh, sorry, Gana Elgindi. They're all coming out in a different order to my lineup. She's got over the obstacles. Now Klavachkova, Olympian, is very, very good over the first three disciplines. A first podium of the season, maybe? Here's Jana Atia from Egypt. There's room for improvement for the World Cup final debutante, who is still a junior. Really interested to see how she goes today. Now, Louison Cassidy from France. A background in acrobatics means she's one to watch over the OCRs. If she can fence as well as she did in the semis, who knows how she can perform. The Paris 2024 Olympic bronze medalist, can Seong Seung-min have the performance that took her to the world title in 2024? Now, Spain's first ever World Cup medalist.
Yeah, fresh off a historic first World Cup medal for Spain, Laura Heredia arrives with momentum here in Budapest.
And now Ilke Özüksul completing the lineup, a three-time Olympian, Turkey's first ever Olympic pentathlete. She'll be looking to avoid the trouble she had over the OCR after a fall in the semi-finals. There is a lot of people here. Guzzi has to be the favourite after the season she's had, but after that, it's a bit of a wide open field.
It is. I mean, you're right. The podium is well and truly open at this point. We are still at the first stop of the day, the direct elimination coming up next.
Yes, so we move to the fence. First of 5 hits. This is the tableau, as it's known, the knockout phase of the fence. The athletes are seeded by their ranking through the season, so we'll have 2 fights in the 32 to complete the top 16. It's épée, the whole body's target, 1 minute of fencing, first to 5 hits. We are on 2 different pistes, and here they are. Piste A at the top will feature Karbovnik of Poland and Malashinoka of Belarus. Down on Piste B, it will be Flavin against her French teammate Deval. And this is for progress to complete the table of 16, because everybody else is already in there. The asterisk on the graphic denotes the higher rank fencer. If the scores are level at time, then the higher rank fencer goes through. We start on Piste A, Karbovnik on the right hand side, Malashinoka on the left.
Yeah, Karbovnik looks relaxed here. Posture's good, but Malashinoka is the athlete that's trying to prove herself on the piece today. Karbovnik goes for a lunge from far away. The distance was just too far. Malashinoka goes with a counter into a flesh and gets her first point. This could go ways and ways for Malashinoka, already with a medal this season. Could she grab another one today?
Yeah, that first hit's so important because the lead in épée is very good. And another launch of a fleche attack for a 2-0 lead. Malashinoka only finished 17th in the semi-finals. Karbovnik, on the other hand, made the quarter-finals. She's struggling here, though, with under 20 seconds left to go. Well, she gets one on the counter-attack. He just waited for the Belarusian to start her attack, and as she went to look for the blade, a little disengage attack into preparation. Now she levels up, and all of a sudden, Karbovnik has the priority, because if the score remains level, she will go through.
Yeah, levels things up at 13 seconds, so turn things around, Karbovnik. We thought for a second there Malashinoka was on a roll, but still very wide open. 10 seconds on the clock. Malashinoka needs at least a point here. She's going to launch herself. It's a double touch with 4.8 to go.
Yeah, meanwhile, on B, Flavin has just taken the lead with under 5 seconds to go there. Karbovnik looks like she might well have done this.
Yeah, Karbovnik now just needs to keep that score level, but gets one anyways. makes it 5-3, and Malashenica, one of our podium contenders, is out of the first round in the fence.
And Deval has also fallen by a score of 5-4. Flavin, who finished second in the semi-finals in the fence, has made it through to the round of 16. And things are starting to shape up. We'll now see the highest ranked fencers coming out on piste A and B. Zixel will be on piste A against Karbovnik, and number 2, Heredia from Spain, will be on piste B against Flavin. And we saw lots of upsets in the fence in the semi-finals, in both semi-finals. Are we expecting to see a better performance from the higher seeds here?
I mean, it's crucial for them today. It's not making it into the top 9 anymore. It's about where you stand at the end of the laser run. So medals up for grabs, huge points as well. Laura Heredia and Zixel will be looking to win their own bouts.
Well, let's follow Heredia down on piste B because she's up against Colin Flavin, who finished second in the fence in the semi-finals. A really good start from her in the semis. She's had a warm-up against her teammate as well, Mathilde Deval, to make it through to the 16.
Yeah, Laura Heredia looks a little hesitant out there, being pushed back to the end of the piece. No touch there. Takes a very high line. Laura Heredia keeps that arm exposed. Could be dangerous with Flavin's accuracy as well. You can see she's trying to go for it and gets it, actually. Flavin with the first point up on the board, and maybe the one to upset the Spaniard.
Yeah, that's a good spot, Mariam. Lovely first hit to the leg. She's just got really good distance, but those flinch attacks have not been working. She got away with it the first time, no hit as they came close together. This time, Heredia going 6-8, if you know your fencing. Those are the 2 lines that Heredia used to get that levelling hit.
See that Flavin again going for the touch on the wrist at the bottom of the hand there. Beautiful stuff from Flavin with 14 seconds on the clock. Heredia just needs the score to be level. 8 seconds now. Heredia needs to launch an offense here. Goes for a flesh, misses the first one, gets the second one, but it is a double touch. So Flavin still within a 1-point lead of Heredia. Heredia gets it. It was very scrappy. I don't even know if she thinks that she got it, but she did. 3.3 now. Flavin looks for that counter 8 and goes down low, ducks and gets the point. Look at that.
Oh, that could make a big difference. She's going to get away on time. Flavin makes it through. That is a brilliant performance from the French athlete. And up top, Zixel making no mistakes. It was a tight one against Karbovnik, but the athlete from Turkey is through as well. Wow, that was a great end and a brilliant last hit from Flavin.
Yeah, Flavin well and truly played this match with so much grace and precision. Just the hand touches on the bottom of the forearm there, that was insane.
Well, coming out on B at the bottom of your screen will be Algendi of Egypt against Krenkova from Czechia. We're going to go back up to the top where we've got Anna Yurt of Switzerland and Rita Erdos from Hungary. How can the Hungarian perform on home soil?
Yes, Rita Erdos and Anna Yurt, one of the 2 of the quickest runners in this field. One of them will gain major points on the piece now. Erdos, as you said, has the support of the home crowd, and Yurt gives them a big upset there with their first point. Erdos just flicking that blade, trying to find the way through. Anna Yurt is looking for that parry, gets a thigh touch. Beautiful tempo.
Yeah, I mean, Erdos is a very accomplished fencer. She's really neat and tidy. And they do have good fencing pentathletes here in Hungary. Yurt is putting out on a great performance here. To be fair to Yurt, she also looks like a very good fencer. The positioning is right, the hand is disciplined in front of the elbow, protecting the arm.
Yeah, tries to go for a counter for here. Doesn't get it, though. The distance is just a bit too wide. Rita Erdos launches an attack, and Anna Yurt with a counter parry, counter 4. Gets another touch here. She is, I mean, the Swiss athlete is on a roll up on Peace Day.
Yeah, Erdos doesn't quite know what to do there. She attacked from too far away. She's got to put the afterburners on here if she's going to have a chance of making it through, because they're inside 10 seconds now. So 6.7. This is going to be tough. Erdos needs to level the score, so 3 points to win about here. But Yurt is looking to be on a roll. Erdos grabs her first point now in just 2 seconds, with 4 seconds to go. Could she turn things around? Well, meanwhile, Krenkova has caused an upset. She's knocked out El Gindi on Piece B, and Erdos gets a second one on Piece Day. On the flesh, she's just having to launch straight off the line here.
Yeah, 2.4 to go. It's not impossible. She just needs one more with no reply from Anna Yurt. Nervy start there. Erdos is going to launch herself. She does, but Anna Yurt defends. And that is that.
Brilliant stuff from Yurt. She is through against Erdos to the quarterfinals. We go straight down to Piece B, where the favourite is on Blanka Guzi from Hungary. She's got 2 golds and a silver on the circuit this season. She takes on a higher ranked fencer in Lucy Klavachkova from Czechia.
Yeah, Guzi, every point matters here. We know how quick she can run, but again, a good fence here could put her at the early lead of this competition. Guzi looking for a parry here. Klavachkova is good on the disengage. Keeping that distance open, nothing happening yet, and we just passed that halfway mark as well, so it's gonna come down to the final few seconds. Klavachkova gets a flesh attack and a touch. 24 seconds to go. Guzi could be in trouble here. Again, looking for the blade. I think she's focusing too much on that blade because Klavachkova has a direct line in. Makes that 2 Klavachkova. Guzi needs to be careful with her distance here. Gets it on the remise. Makes it 2-1 now, but she still needs to go at least 1 point ahead of Klavachkova to win this bout.
Yeah, she needs 2 more, Gutsi, and that is now looking very unlikely. Klavachkova was patient at the beginning to get the first hit, and she's just managed to hold on. And as you say, the counters were just almost on cue. The counter offensive from Klavachkova is the way it's worked for her against Guzi. And another one as she comes storming in. Klavachkova, in the end, made that look pretty easy. She was the higher seed, so perhaps not too much damage done as far as the potential favourite is concerned. A jump up to A straight away. Hurieva of Belarus 2-1 up against Atia of Egypt.
It was an important match as well. Hurieva, a great fencer. Gets it on the remise. Just checking that was a point. I don't think it's going to be counted. As Jana Atea tries to find a way through the Belarusian. Very quick with her blade. Goes for a counter 4. Doesn't get the touch though. 12 seconds to go. Jana Atea needs 1 point to level the score and win this bout, but Hurieva is defending brilliantly against the young Egyptian. Thigh touch from Hurieva. She was actually blocked there, but that line was well within target. 8 seconds to go now. This is going to be tough for Atea as she goes for a double lunge here. Hurieva counters with a parry and flesh attack. Makes it 4-1 now. This is looking like it's going to go the way of Hurieva.
It certainly does. 5-1 for the pommeling Belarusian. Hurieva through to the 8, and we jump straight down to Piece B, where Xiong of Korea is taking on Valencia from Guatemala. The Valencia is leading this, and this would be a little bit of an upset in terms of the ranking. Valencia came into this ranked 14th. and Xiong third. This would be quite a surprise, actually, because the Korean pentathletes are very, very good, and that is a great win for Valencia from Guatemala.
Yeah, Valencia pulling off quite the surprise today. And I don't know, she's been consistent this season. We've seen her start the semis out in first place and finishing it off in first place as well. So she could be an outside bet for a podium finish.
We're now on A with the last of the round of 16 matches. Fernandez Donda from Spain up against Casely of France.
Yeah, Fernandez on the front foot here, really putting her weight into it. Goes for a flush. It's a double touch with Casely with that defense.
Well, just to let you know that we have moved straight into the quarterfinals on the B piece, and that's one between Flavin and Krenkova. But we're going to finish things off in the 16 at the top of your screen on the A piece. Hopefully pick up Flavin Krenkova towards the end of that bout.
So level the score is between Casely and Fernandez. Fernandez goes for a flush and gets it. It was actually out of distance, but if you're within that target, sometimes it can just go through.
Yeah, absolutely. Second bite of the cherry for her. But yeah, well out of distance. She would. She can count herself a little lucky there that Casely didn't use that extra reach she's got with the French grip.
So Casely with a good tempo here, but Fernandez countered that beautifully. Makes it a 4-2 now. Looks for a blade here, Fernandez, as she goes to the back of the piece. She goes for a flush. Too low of a line here. Casely countered that beautifully from above. Makes it 4-3. Casely just needs one more touch. Here we go then, final few seconds, 10 seconds on the clock. It's another flush and it's a double touch, and that was what Fernandez needed.
Yeah, it looked like Casely was coming back in that one, but Fernandez gets over the line. You heard from the screen what it means to her. Down at the bottom, we're under 3 seconds to go, and Krenkova doubles to make it through to the semi-finals. That is on seeding, but let's not forget Krenkova from Czechia is here because of the withdrawal of Messeros, and she's making the most of it.
She is. I mean, that is fascinating to see. She didn't quite... and also, to get that news all of a sudden that you are just going to be competing once again and getting yourself back into that zone. That is incredible fencing from Krenkova so far.
We come up to the top for the quarterfinal on Peace Day. As they continue the quarterfinal on Peace B, Yurt on the left for Switzerland up against Azukshul from Turkey on the right. Azukshul, the highest ranked fencer in the competition, will be looking to maximise on that seeding.
Yeah, this is an intense match as well. Both podium contenders, both quick runners, Anna Yurt and Azukshul, are now fighting it on the piste. Yurt is trying to go for a wrist touch there. Azukshul had that line quite blocked, so she's defending well here, but she's being pushed to the back of the piste. Anna Yurt trying to find that wrist touch again. It's going to be risky if she does it again, and you know why. She goes down low. Azukshul gets that directly into the helmet of Yurt. With 19 seconds to go, Yurt is running out of time. Azukshul again on the defense. Yurt very much hot on the attack. Parry into a disengage. It goes back and forth, and Azukshul with that counter 6 at the end there. Makes it 2 now.
Yeah, Yurt made the 16 in the semi-finals, so she's already one round further through the fence, but looks like Azukshul is going to do this. Double means that score moves on to 3-1, but the gap is the thing for Yurt.
Launches herself forward. Azukshul was ready for that. Keeps that point on target. 4-1 now the score, and it looks like it's going the way of Azukshul. The highest seeded fencer is going to walk away with a win here. And into the semi-final she goes.
Yeah, like I say, one round further than she made in the semi-final, so she's pleased with that. As you can see, we jump down onto the B piece where Valencia of Guatemala is up against Lavachkova of Czechia for a place in the semi-finals.
Yeah, 7 seconds on the clock now. Both the score leveled. Lavachkova gets it on the remise. Just checking if it was a touch there. Valencia arguing her case. We'll get confirmation of that in a second.
Well, while we wait for that, Valencia finished third in the fence in the semi-finals. It was a sixth place for Lavachkova, and they are waiting for a review and decision from the referee on this final hit. Shake of hands concludes the match, and Valencia not doing quite as well as she did in the semi-finals, goes out in the quarter-finals. Lavachkova moves on, where she'll face Krenkova. Two Czechia athletes at the bottom of the draw going up against each other.
Yeah.
We go up to Piste A, where we're completing the quarter-finals here. It's Fernandez Donda of Spain taking on Hurieva of Belarus.
Yeah, Hurieva with that duck there at the end. Perfect distance and timing. Makes it one apiece. Fernandez trying to find a way through here, keeps that distance controlled, engage into a disengage, and Hurieva takes a direct line in. Makes it two. Hurieva is a tough fencer to beat. He's very interesting with that French grip as well. Keeps the low line, but is able to move through those lines seamlessly and makes it three now. That flick of the wrist on the top of Fernandez's wrist. 12 seconds to go now. Hurieva. Beautiful touch from her. Fernandez launches an attack, but quick on the defense. Hurieva with 10 seconds to go goes for a flesh and makes it 5-1.
So progresses to the semi-finals, one round further than she did, Hurieva, in the semi-finals. We jump down to the all-Czechia affair on Piste B. This is a semi-final fight for a place in the final of the fence. We're watching the first discipline of 5 of the 2026 Pentathlon World Cup final. Progression through each round of the fence bags you more points, which in the end help you out in terms of the start position for the laser run, which is the combined disciplines that come together at the end of this.
Yeah, Lavachkova looking in control of this match now as 4 seconds on the clock tick down. Krenkova gets her first. Krenkova needs to go at least 1 point ahead to win this match. Lavachkova ties things up with a double touch there. That makes it 4-2. 2 seconds on the clock. You think Lavachkova has this in the bag?
Yeah, you got to say that. And in fact, they do just let those couple of seconds go. And Lavachkova does take out her teammate to make the final. And you have to say, Krenkova has capitalised on a promotion into this final. We're up on Piste A now for the other semi-final. Who is going to face Lavachkova at the moment? Scores all tied, as usual, with the advantage as the higher seeded fencer, but the Belarusian launches a beauty.
Yeah, the Belarusian back with a vengeance. Didn't have the fencing season she was hoping for, but she is indeed one of the strongest fencers on course, and you can see why. Launches a flesh attack there. Makes it 3-1 now against the highest seeded fencers, Ilka Zuxel. Double touch. Hurieva is 1 point away from victory.
Yeah, that was a quick bit of action from Hurieva there. She missed her first one. Was very fast with the hand to force the double, and she does make it over the line. 5-2. Hurieva into the final against Lavachkova. Belarus versus Czechia for a top spot after the fence.
So a very interesting fence, not quite what we predicted the results were going to be.
No, and you know, I've got to say, Krenkova, who has replaced the withdrawn Meseros, has done very well to make the semi-finals. A great start from her. Here is the draw and how it looks. Azuksul falling to Hurieva in the semi-finals. Klavacheva having to take out her teammate, Krenkova, who has performed super well. So good points for Azuksul and Krenkova, but the biggest points are going to go to these two.
Yeah, the final match now, Hurieva versus Hlavackova. Hurieva with a medal already this season. Looks to make another podium. So Hlavackova on that low line. Sorry, Hurieva on the low line, but Hlavackova is keeping that distance open, trying to go for an 8 here. Distract your opponent with a foot touch, but Hurieva is quick, and you can see why that reaction time is just insane. That tempo launched that attack, gets her first point.
Bit of a heavy hit as well from Hurieva. That's why the hand went out. You definitely don't try and hit your opponent hard in fencing, because any power you put in slows you down. But that was, I think, a little bit of second intention from Hurieva. She set a trap there because she knew which way the parry was going to come from Hlavackova. Now Hurieva on the counter gets a single light to go 2 up.
Brilliant touch from Hlavackova there on the wrist. Hurieva did not expect that one. She's got that French grip in hand, has that bit of extra length. She could utilize Hlavackova in with a feint. No after action. Hurieva gets that touch from afar. Just a straight defense as Hlavackova made her attack. With 8 seconds to go, Hurieva is in control, goes for a flush right off the alley there. Makes it 4-1 now. It looks like Hurieva's going to win this direct elimination.
And she does do just that. What a performance from the Belarusian. She's shone here after coming 6th in the semi-final. She has won the final here in the fence. Big upsets in the round of 16 as we see the end of the fight. That was actually the very first hit, which was a little trap set by Hurieva. Very sharp hand, and in the end, some defensive counterattacks working her way through to the win. We saw 6 of the top 8 going out in the round of 16, and that set up for topsy-turvy fence. But in the end, Hurieva, who is a good fencer, has come through to beat Hlavackova. Belarus taking out Czechia 5-1 in the final. So after the fence, there's going to be a lot of changes. Look at Violeta Hurieva. She's jumped 11 places. Great move from Hlavackova, and Krenkova, who's been promoted into this final, has done a great job. Good climb again from Colin Flavin. She'll be pleased with that. And Paula Sophie Valencia. Now down at the bottom, Rita Erdos and Blanca Guzzi will need to make some moves, but we don't expect anybody to be out just at this stage. We're going to move on from the pistes, but before we do, let's take a look back at a very upside-down fence. Well, the pistes have been used for the final time by the women here at the World Cup final. It's time to move on to the thrilling obstacle course. The athletes go through 6 standard obstacles, steps into the big wheel, and then the tilted ladders. Most of the women in the field will touch all 3 of the ladders. Then the agility through the over, under, and through. Then we go into our first picked obstacle. The ascension bars are being used here. They'll go into the giant steps and then into the second drawn obstacle, the climbing holds being used for this competition, and then the deadly wall. The finish wall, they've got to climb up that and press the buzzer at the top to stop the clock. They'll go out in 9 pairs, 9 heats. They're not racing each other, they are racing the clock. The faster you go, the more points you get, and that is the climbing holds, the last of the obstacles before going into the climbing wall. This is thrilling, but it's also very difficult as we take a look at what the athlete's view is.
Yeah, so a POV there, you have these steps building momentum for the very first obstacle. Big wheels, timing, and body positioning are crucial, and then tilting ladders, just trusting the movement. Over, under, through is a technical obstacle where efficiency beats speed. And then the ascension bars, the first of the draws, grip strength starts to become a factor. And then big steps, power and precision working together. Penultimate obstacle is the climbing holds, where tired arms can really show as they jump off to the mat in one final explosive effort to reach the buzzer. Finish wall, and that is the OCR.
That is the OCR. This is the lineup for the heats. They go in reverse order, so Deval and Malashenica will want to make big moves and have good times here, but it's that second heat that we're really looking forward to. Guzi will be looking to make big strides through this. Jana Atia may be one to look at in heat number 4, and Xiong will be looking to improve on her fence, as will Eradia, who goes in the same heat as her. Now, Violetta Hurieva, she's had a brilliant fence. Has she got a really big chance here? The first pair ready to go, Deval and Malashenica.
Yes, so building momentum now as they head into the tilting ladders. Deval just missing out on that third one. Both stick the landing together into that over, under, through. And ascension bars now, grip strength is really being tested here. Very thin bars as Deval is now taking the lead of this race. And now tired arms can really show.
Brilliant stuff. Oh, just lost a tiny bit of momentum there, Deval. Oh, slow her up by about 1.5 seconds, but over the line. And she sets the fastest time of a 34.184. Malashenica sets a time just a little slower than we haven't had confirmation of that. But that's Deval and Malashenica through the obstacles. This is all about 2 things. Oh, there was the little halt on the tilting ladders. It's all about momentum and the least amount of contact time you can have with the obstacles. Here's the problem with the momentum at the walls, but she did well to cling on there, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good recovery from her. She had a 29-second time in the semis, so considerably slower, 5 seconds slower to be exact.
Now Poland's Karbovnik going up against Hungary's Guzi. Guzi closest to us, and he's into the big wheel already.
Yeah, both quick on course. Guzi with the biggest point to prove here in Budapest. Just sticks the landing just about, was about to fall backwards. Good recovery from her. Karbovnik and Guzi are pretty much neck and neck. Karbovnik maybe with a little bit of a lead, but look at that technique on the ascension bars from Guzi. And you can hear the crowd roar into the climbing holds.
Karbovnik looks like she's just got slightly better technique, and she skips the last one. She's up the wall, and what's the time going to be here? It's going to be 31 and something, 31.81 for her. And Guzi moves up into the top with her time as well. So fastest time set by Karbovnik. She was great through the tilted ladders that gave her the lead, but Guzi nearly fell back into the tilted ladders, and that would have put her a long way behind. She caught up and overtook on the ascension bars, but Karbovnik was superb through the climbing holds. We move on to heat number 3, Erdos of Hungary against El Gindi from Egypt.
Yes, both athletes already on course. Ghana El Gindi taking a bit of a lead here. And as we said before, power gets you onto the obstacle and technique gets you across it. Ascension bars, skipping out the first one, but losing momentum on that third bar. Ghana El Gindi gave a shot for Erdosh to kind of get back in the rhythm into the penultimate obstacle.
Much better from El Gindi over that climbing holds, and she set a time of 31 and something in the semi-finals. It's 32.4 here, so that is a bit of a drop in performance, but as you said, man, she struggled. She lost momentum into the bars.
Yeah, I think that was where that 1 second difference came in, and you can see the replay of that. Look at that. She was just about to jump onto the next one and just held on a bit too long. But again, it's better than taking the risk and going, even if you're not sure that you can hold on.
Yeah, not happy, but she should be okay. Now, Jana Atia, one of only two athletes to get into the 29s in the semi-final, goes up against Kassali of France. Kassali closest to us.
Yeah, Jana Atia, again, a young Egyptian, quick on the obstacle course. Keep your eyes on her. She's in the background and actually taking a lead now of this heat against Kassali. Into the ascension bars, she skips out a few there. Beautiful technique, and skips out the last two as well. Jana Atia could be the fastest run so far. Let's see.
Oh, this is superb. She saved her best run here. She's up the wall, and the time, oh, that is so good. 28.05, the new fastest time. And 33.877 for Kassali. There were techniques that we didn't see from her in the semi-finals being used there, especially with the overhead obstacles.
Yeah, maybe she was avoiding those risks in semi-finals, didn't think it was worth it, but now that paid off. Look at that technique. Tall girl as well, Jana Atia.
What a performance. She can be very happy with that. She goes to the top of the times as we go to heat number 5. Seung of Korea up against Eradia of Spain. Eradia for sure will be looking, as will Song, to make moves in the obstacles to climb after a disappointing fence.
Yes, Eradia off that medal just a few weeks ago, has momentum, but can she carry that momentum into the OCR as well? This is looking strong, not the fastest time, but very composed.
Seung struggling there. She lost her momentum.
Yes, into the climbing holds now. Grip strength is really a factor here.
Well, they're both coming through, and it is Eladia who's going to hit the buzzer first, and she sets a time of 34.336, which she is happy with. That is 2 seconds faster than her semi-final run. The Spaniard will be pleased with what happened. It wasn't perfection, that's for sure, but Song got really held up on the ascension bars.
Yeah, good run from both athletes. They are in the mid-pack of things.
Heat number 6 ready. Colleen Flavin, France, goes up against Paola Valencia from Guatemala.
Yeah, Flavin, I'm interested to see how fast she can go on the obstacle course. She's a quick one on course, and you can see why. Skips out, which doesn't skip out a ladder, but her technique seems so seamless. Into the ascension bars she goes, skips out the first and third one. Good technique, lands that into the big steps. Precision and power here are very important as they position their bodies to the side in the climbing holds.
This is going to be quick. I don't think it's as quick. It's not going to be as quick as Atia, but 32.013. And Valencia comes through with a 36.355. There's some difference between these times here. It's going to make a big difference over the course of the points being scored. As we take a look back here at Flavin, she's gone a darn sight quicker than she did in the semi-finals, 4 seconds quicker.
Yeah, that is a very quick time, and I think she'll be happy with that time for sure.
Heat number 7, Esther Fernandez Donda from Spain up against Switzerland's Anna Yurt. Yurt closest to us.
Yeah, Yurt with a lot on the line now because she's one of the quickest runners. A good time in the obstacle course could shoot her up the rankings, and she's looking quick here into the ascension bars. And look at that technique, just so fast, not wasting any time. Big steps. And now the final test of the grip before the big explosion.
Electric from Yurt. She is firing herself up the wall. What's the time going to be? This is going to be pretty good as well. 30.548. 34.539 for Fernandez. She's one of the shorter athletes yet, but she was nippy across there, wasn't she?
Yeah, part of a big pentathlon family. Yurt also has her twin sisters competing, not quite in this World Cup final, but they all push each other in the OCR. They're one of the quickest on course, and you can see why. Quick time of 30.
Heat number 8, Krenkova of Czechia against Zükşül of Turkey. We're now looking at the top 4 in the rankings coming into this.
Yeah, keep your eye on Ilka Zükşül. She had that fall in the semis. Can she go one better here? What, just pulls herself across that wall to the ascension bars. This is looking faster, considerably faster than semis. Krenkova is catching up as well, but Ilka Zükşül.
Oh, she's fallen backwards. She's going to have to repeat the ascension bars. Oh, that is very unfortunate for the athlete from Turkey. And here comes Karolina Krenkova through the last of the overhead obstacles and up the wall. It's not going to be the fastest time, that's for sure, but it's faster than Zükşül. And that is heartbreaking for her. She struggled in the obstacles in the semi-finals, but fought back to make it through to this final. And then she's had another stumble here. Zükşül with a 53 seconds. That is going to drop her way down the order.
Yeah, that was a big upset from the Turkish athlete. And it's not even like she fell in the middle of the obstacle. It was just not sticking that landing. You can see just falling backwards. Didn't get that balance right. Sometimes it happens, but in Ilka Zükşül's case, that could be a podium gone.
Wow, and that split second would have felt like a lifetime as she thought, can I cling on, can I cling on? Huge disappointment for her. Now the top 2, Hlavackova from Czechia against Hurieva of Belarus.
Yes, both medal contenders for sure. Top 2 as things stand. We, of course, still have 2 more disciplines to go, but OCR, if things go well here, they could be potentials for gold and silver. Ascension bars now, and look at Hlavackkova's speed through those bars. Just needs to stick the landing, and she does. Big steps into that test for grip again. The climbing holds. Hurieva's catching up.
Oh, Hurieva overtook her there and is up the wall. It's not going to be... Oh, maybe it is as fast as her time. 36.88 for Hurieva. That is about 0.4 of a second faster than she went in the semi-finals. It was a quick time from Hlavackova as well.
Yeah, very quick times across the board, and those are our leaders. And I think they will be leading the way into the swim.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see. At the moment, Jana Attia with the fastest time of 28.05. I think this is going to push Hurieva up into 3rd place. It does. Anna Yurt, Switzerland, with a 35.4. Hurieva with a 36.8.
So Violeta Hurieva, as you predicted there, is leading the way, and quite considerably as well. It's an 8-second lead she has. Of course, we still have the swim to go, but Lucy Hlavackova is in 2nd and Anna Yurt is in 3rd, and we'll see the scoreboard up on your screen now.
That's some quick maths, Mariam. Well done. Hurieva right at the top of the pile on 603 points. Remember, the points convert into a lead of 1 second ahead of your opponent, 1.1 second lead. So Hurieva from Hlavackova, Yurt, Attia, Flavin, Fernandez Donda, Krenkova maximising her opportunity here. There's going to have to be some big runs from the likes of Guzi, Elgindi, Heredia still. They have the swim to come. Are things done and dusted for Zükşül down at the bottom of the pile?
I mean, that was... You know what? I think she's going to make a run for it anyways, even if she doesn't finish on the podium. Big points up for grabs here in the finals of the World Cup final. So, not the OCR she was expecting or wanted to have today, but still, she is a fighter, and we will see her move up the rankings for sure.
Well, that is the obstacles complete. The athletes make their way over to the swim, and as they do that, let's take a look back at the action on the OCR. Well, the obstacles are complete here for the women, and they will make their way from that to the swimming pool, which is about 1 kilometre away from here. We have 4 laps of 25-metre pool to complete the 100 metres distance, and this is another race against the clock. The leaders go in heat number 3, so we go in reverse order, and this is the final opportunity for those who are looking to chase the points and put themselves in contention for a medal here at the World Cup final, to put in a quick time to climb the rankings. So the swim is coming next. It was a very, very disappointing obstacles for Ilka Özüksel of Turkey, but she's had a chat with us about the transition from obstacles to the pool.
During the transition between obstacle to swimming, I try to just imagine my swimming times and competitions, and it depends how much time I have, because sometimes I can be on heat 1, sometimes I can be on heat 3, so it depends the times. I'm making some warm-ups with elastics and terabands, and so just focusing the swimming, because now we are in sprint swimmers. So I'm making just focusing jumping, turning, and my technique, and just finishing. So after the transition swimming to laser run, just so quickly changing my clothes and try to be ready.
Well, I mean, it's hard to talk about an athlete that would have had the expectations of challenging for the podium, but she put in a 1:03.78 in the semi-finals. She has a 1:01.74 in the bag, so she could push faster in this first heat. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, we also had a chat with Louison Cassely of France. Let's hear what she had to say.
So after the obstacle, we have the swimming pool. Often after the obstacle, our body is a bit tired, so we have to run a little bit to be fast, but also to calm ourselves and take the stuff and go to the bus to go to the swimming pool. After, in the swimming area, we have to change, like we have to put a swimming swimsuit. It's really hard for women to put this swimsuit, so often we need help with someone of the staff, and to be really fast, because our heat coming fast after the obstacle. And just before the swimming, I move my arms, I remember what I have to do, and it starts.
Yeah, interesting to see the 2 different approaches. Cassely will go in heat number 2, and we will also see Gana Elgindi go in heat number 2, and she's also given us some of her time.
For the transitions from OCR to the swimming, all I do is trying to calm my body, breathe, hear my coach tips, and then focusing on what should I do in swimming, like the turns, how should I do the streamline, the strokes, like this, all the things related to the swimming. And even in the bus, I try to breathe, calm my body, and get ready to the swimming.
Oh, good stuff there, coming thick and fast. The interviews with the athletes giving us an insight into how they move from the main arena to this pool and what's going through their minds. Look, we've got some really quick swimmers in there, but let's go back to Özüksel. She set a 103.78 in the semi-finals, perhaps holding something back. We know she can go faster than that. She is going to go for this, isn't she, in this first heat?
I mean, she has to. She has no other option. She is the bottom of the leaderboard as things stand. If we know anything about Ilke Özüksel, is that she climbs up, but this is her position now. So, as you said, I mean, 2 seconds faster is equal to 10 seconds handicap time that she can make up.
Yeah, really important. She'll have Karbovnik, Sion, Erdos, Deval, and Malashinoka to go up against as they come out for the first heat. And the good thing for Özüksel, not that we're sort of favouring Özüksel, it's just that she was a contender. She struggled in the semi-finals on the obstacles. The same things happened here. She fought back in that semi-final to make it through. As we look down at her on lane number 6. The thing is, we know she can go for this, and as she's in heat 1, she's got time to recover. So lane 1, Karbovnik. 2, Sion, 3, Erdos, 4, Deval, 5, Malashinoka, 6, Özüksel. They're up and running in heat number 1 of the swim here, the third discipline in this World Cup final. The top 18 in the world going up against each other for the World Cup final title here in Budapest.
Yes, Malashinoka as well as Karbovnik going quick in the pool here. It's a bit of a deceptive angle, but we'll see the times as they come across the 50-meter mark, and all of the athletes are actually in with good times. I think it is Malashinoka at the turn first with 29.5 seconds. So expect a time of around 1 minute flat from Malashinoka in the blue cap in lane number 4. So final turn now, and the 100 meters does fly by. Karbovnik is keeping pace, as is Sung, but it is Malashinoka with the lead now.
Malashinoka almost a full body length ahead of the next best, and sets a time, as you called it, spot on, 1:00:34, and that will push her up. Özüksel 1:04:50, so she's actually gone slower, in this final than she did in the semi-finals. It's going to be tricky for her, but Song completing the swim in second place in this first heat, and the points are added up, and Song with that swim she moves to the top of the rankings. We'll take a look back at the swim. Difficult for Özüksel, but what a swim in lane 5 from the Belarusian.
Yeah, I mean, Malashinoka put on a good performance. This is what she's capable of, so we expected a time of around exactly that. But again, that is going to move her up the rankings. We'll see what heat 2 and 3 have to bring.
Well, heat 2 is about to come out. We have Krankova of Czechia going up against Valencia, Eradir, Elgindi, Kazali and Guzi, and it's Guzi in lane 6 that we've got our eyes on. Eradir as well in lane 3. They are the challengers, the contenders, we think, coming into this competition, into this final as they come out for heat number 2. Got some slower swimmers in here as well. It'd be interesting to see how much they put down for this. That in lane 4 is Ghana Elgindi. She gets 1:07 in the semi-finals, so she'll have work to do to improve on that time.
Yeah, big question is, how fast can Guzi go now?
Krankova, Valencia, Eradir, Elgindi, Kazali and Guzi Heat number 2 is underway. Lane number 3 features Spain's Laura Herrera, who will be looking to put in a big swim here. We're also looking to lane 6 on the far side for Guzi of Hungary.
Yeah, Valencia is looking in control of this race now. You can see that stroke volume. She's being able to pull as much water as possible in every single stroke and really taking care of the little details. And you can see why she makes the turn at the 50-meter mark, utilizing every bit of push she can get off the wall here. Yeah, Valencia with a 29.3 second 50 meters. So I think it's going to be bang on that 1 minute mark. It's going to be quick as she heads to the final turn now.
Quick swim from Guzi at the far side as well. She'll be looking for that time, but as you called it, Valencia of Guatemala is absolutely nailing this. She is going to set a blistering time. Guzi also, as Valencia comes over in 1 minute 00:59, and Guzi a 1:01:38 for her. So great swim from Valencia. We were expecting that, so she's done very well. But Guzi, Krankova, Herrera setting pretty good times themselves. I wonder what that's going to do to the rankings. We're finding out live here as Valencia climbs up to the top from Krankova, Song, and Guzi and Herrera moving up, but we've got one more heat to come, so we've got the points in the swim for 6 athletes to come. At Guatemala's Valencia doing an absolutely storming job, which is what we've come to expect from her in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, Valencia is doing a really good job of keeping herself in the top contenders in most of the competitions this season. And actually, one person to mention as well, Sungmin Sung started down in heat number 1, but has moved up to the top 2 position after the swim.
Good spot. This is heat number 3. The leaders coming into the swim, and they will be looking to set good times. There's no containment, is there? They will be going all out in this sprint.
Definitely, I think you can't hold back in the 100 meters, and you're just going to have to give it all you can. It's not an endurance race anymore, not the 200 meters, so not the lactic acid buildup that we've seen in previous seasons. So the athletes will be attacking this race pretty fiercely.
Well, they're getting ready to get on with this swim, and in lane 1 we've got Hurieva, followed by Hrvatskova. She coming back down the other side at Jana Atia and Yurt in the middle in 4 and 3, and then Flavan and Fernandez in lanes 5 and 6. Heat number 3, the top 6 coming into the swim are in the pool to race through 100 meters to try and stabilize or increase their position at the top of the rankings.
Yes, Hureva and Hrvatskova are the two we're expecting to push all out in the pool here. They have the quickest times, but Jana Ortega in that navy blue cap, as you can see there, is actually taking the lead of this race. She heads towards the wall now. Is she maybe putting in too much pace in the opening laps here? We'll just have to see, because she doesn't look like she's dropping off. She looks very much in control. Hureva and Hrvatskova, you can see on the forefront of your screen, but Jana Ortega is actually still in that lead. Fernandez as well on the backside is making a comeback.
Yeah, all very, very tight between them. Hurieva and Hrvatskova leading the line coming into this swam. 1:02s in the semi-finals. They'll be interested to see how they finish here. The times all coming in about 1:02, and that was a terrific swim in the end. Atia holding on, and we thought she'd gone out a little too hard, but Hurieva and Hrvatskova have done a great job. Yurt with a 1:05. We may see her start to just drop down the rankings a little bit here after the 3 heats of the swim. And that is that done in the pool, and it is we just wait for the points to be confirmed, and it does look like Atia has done a fabulous job.
Yeah, Atia has done really well for herself to move up the rankings. We actually thought she might drop off, but she put in a good pace in the opening laps and maintained that throughout the 4 lengths of the pool. It is Hureva very much leading the way heading into the laser, and it's going to be an interesting one because first and second are not separated by much. I think around a 9-second lead Violeta Hreva has over Levachkova. So it is very, very tight. But then we have a bit of a drop-off, about 19 seconds down to Jenna Oteya, who's, for the first time ever, in medal podium positions.
Well, the swim complete, 3 of the 5 disciplines done, and there we have it. You nailed it. It's 8-second difference between Vachkova and Hurieva, and then we drop down 21 points, so 21 seconds to Jana Atia. Those are the top 3. Can we see anyone chasing from behind? Xiong and Gutsi had brilliant swims. They moved up the order. They're not that far back.
No, I think Guzi, Song, Hervedia, and Flavan all in with a chance of a podium finish, and maybe even extended podiums for the rest of the athletes. Top 6 make it on the podium, so it's a good mention as well.
That's a good point. It is another extended podium here at the World Cup final. 3 of the 5 disciplines are done. The athletes are making their way back from the swimming pool in fully air-conditioned minibuses, I hasten to add. And whilst they do, let's take a look back at the highlights of the swim. Done and dusted for the women in the pool here in Budapest at the 2026 Pentathlon World Cup final. We go to the handicap start of the laser run. The highest point scorer over the 3 disciplines will start the laser run, go straight into the range, where they have to hit the target 5 times before they can move on. And then complete the 600 meters of the first loop, and then repeat the whole thing again 4 more times. 5 visits to the range, 5 laps, and it's all about getting across the line in the top 3 to get a medal, and in the top 6 to get onto the podium. It is a thrilling finish, always, to a pentathlon discipline. They managed to compact all 5 disciplines into around about 90 minutes, and the laser run is upon us. We've got to give the athletes time to get over from the pool to back to the main venue, but as we have got time, let's have a look at what the athletes go through. This is the start around a sort of double bend and then straight into the range, and the first visit is new this year, going straight into the range. We've increased the number of visits from 4 to 5. You've got to hit that target 5 times before you move on and complete the lap around this 600 meters. Now, for the real challenge, moving from inside to out, around about 250 meters to 300 meters of the 600 is completed outside. This was shot a few days ago, a few clouds in the sky, still very warm here, but not as warm as today. It was 33 degrees when we walked into the venue at around about 9 o'clock this morning, and we're just a little shy of midday. The hottest part of the day, they go out into this, they'll be relieved to come back into the air-conditioned stadium, and you really do feel the difference both coming out and going back in to this air-conditioned venue. A couple of little mini loops, they're quite tight, these turns inside, and then down the length of the raised piste, around the final bend, and on your 5th lap, what you're racing for is a top 3 finish over this line. So the Heat 1 athletes are just arriving back from the pool. That's how long it takes. They've finished their swim a good 10 minutes, and they are just making their way in. They're the first to get prepared for the laser run, so they have more recovery time, more time to prepare. What will they be doing at this time?
I mean, again, with the 100% work on your hydration. I mean, it's hot outside, just as you said, and hydration is where some of the athletes fall short. So, yeah, it could lead to cramping, and that's not what the athletes want. So hydration, nutrition, and just focusing on the next big thing.
And look, this is Ilka Zixor. We think that she's still in with a massive opportunity. And again, we had another chance to speak with her.
Swimming to laser run, actually I'm, the transition, I'm try to don't thinking because it's so stressful, you know, your heart rate is too high and you can take breath. And even when I was changing clothes, like I couldn't take breath. So just I tried to don't think, because I say to myself, like, now everybody in the same position, so just focus on yourself and do what can you do. And we're gonna see the results after end of the finish line. So just think about myself, because only I can handle with myself. I can't think others because there are too many. How can I? So yeah, that's it.
Going to be a real challenge for Ilka Zixor. She's down at the bottom of the field, and she goes out 20 seconds, really 2 seconds behind the next sized athlete. So she's got her work cut out for. No doubt she'll go for it. But someone we think is definitely going to be in the running is a Spanish athlete, Laura Heredia. She's sitting in 10th place at the moment on 847 ranking points, and we had a chance to speak to her as well.
Between the swimming and the laser run in this transition, I do more or less same as the other transition. I try to relax a little bit. I try to do some deep breaths. If I have the physio like next to me, maybe he's going to relax a little bit, like the part of my body that has more tension. And then I put like the band in my nose. Normally, it's like my lucky thing. And then I prepare everything, and before the shooting, for example, I do one lap to relax my body, to try to like cool down for the leg test, because now with this new discipline of 100 meters, it's more tough, I think. And then I start to do some shooting if I have time, and then I am focused for the race.
Well, funnily enough, they're all sort of saying the same things as you know, trying to get themselves prepared physically, and the hydration absolutely key with the weather outside, absolutely critical. But look, we've got the order in front of us. You know what you're talking about, Mariam. How far down the order can we go? You've already kind of told me this, and I'm stunned that you're going so far down the list.
I mean, it is a very tight field. Apart from our top two, Violeta Hureva and Lucy Levachkova, they are in a bit of a world of their own. And then there's like a 20-second drop-off to third. And then from third all the way down to 15th, I think all within a chance. I know it's bold, but we have some big movers in that group. We have Anna Yurt, we have Sung Ming Sung, Laura Heredia, Blanca Guzzi, and Rita Erdos as well, Louison Casali, as you pointed out.
Louise Casalon right here. She's also had taken time to talk to us. Let's hear what she had to say.
So after the swimming pool, we have to be quick again. We go to the change area, and we leave the swimsuit, and we put the kit running. My coach keep the pistol and the t-shirt to put the number on the t-shirt. And after we have to take the bus again. And now we have one more shoot than the last years. So it's a new effort, because we did obstacle and swimming just before. So for the arms, it's a bit harder. So we really have to leave the lactic and be calm and focus since the beginning. And yeah, so I did a couple of targets, and but more running than targets, because I want to keep my focus for the laser run, and I prefer to prepare well my legs. And after I just focused. I remember what I have to do on the shooting range, and just run and start.
Yeah, she's down in 13th place, but when you look at the points, she's just 21 points off the third place starter, Luzon Cassidy. So she can get good shoots in and paced runs. I mean, not going all out. They don't go all out in the runs. But if she can get reasonably quick times around the 600 metres and shoot well, it's going to be great for her. And that really is where we've seen all the action happen in the shoot.
Yeah, the shoot has been crucial, especially with the addition of that first shooting series right off the blocks. It's been proven to be an issue for some of the athletes, but not for Blanka Guzzi. She is sitting on top of the world rankings as world #1, already with 3 medals this season: a gold in Cairo, a silver in Pazarchik, and another gold here in Budapest just a few weeks ago. And as we take a look at her discipline ranking, look at that laser run ranking. So one of the top in the world, so we expect her to move up.
42 seconds behind the leader. She'll have that handicap when she starts, but as you say, fantastic laser runner. And now in 9th place, someone who has also had a bit of a struggle here. It was a struggle in the fence, finishing in 13th, and then not so great in the obstacles either. Seung Min, she's the world #2, and she's got her work cut out for her. She goes out at around about the same time as Guzzi. In fact, Guzzi goes out 1 second before Seung. So those two, bizarrely, could push each other on, spur each other on. #1 and #2 in the world going out 8th and 9th in the order. Song just getting ready in the range.
Yeah, I think, again, those two with probably a lot of experience than the rest of the field, and that comes into play with the shooting for sure. The person that can calm their nerves, the person that doesn't get affected by everything around them and just focuses on their own performance. Another one is Laura Heredia.
And she's going out 1 second behind Seung, Laura Heredia. Are these three, world #8, world #2, world #1, going to get themselves on top of the podium? There's a real big chance, right?
I mean, it really, really is. I mean, Janatea is starting in 3rd place, 30 seconds behind the lead, and then Guzzi is only 12 seconds off of that. So, I mean, they're all within a chance of a podium finish for sure. Sung Sung as well, Laura Heredia. These are 3 athletes that we're going to keep an eye on for sure. 9th, 10th, and 8th.
It's funny, isn't it? Because during the semi-finals, we've clearly focused on the middle of the pack because it's the top 9 that make it through. And here we will start with the focus in that. Here is Ilka Azukciol. She struggled in the obstacles in the semi-finals. She struggled in the obstacles in this final, and it wasn't the fastest swim for the world #6.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely has her work cut out for her. I think a podium finish is a bit of a far-fetch. I mean, if she can do it, that would be the most historic race in pentathlon history. But I think it's tough from this position.
But she has got pedigree. She has got form. She can come from an awfully long way back. I think she could be there or thereabouts. The problem is the quality of the field going out ahead of her is also very, very good. Like you say, well, guess what? We might have the honour of calling one of the greatest pentathlon laser runs in history. If Ilka Azukciol can come from all the way at the back of the field. Here's the leader, though, Violeta Hryeva from Belarus. She has been awesome today.
She has been consistent through and through, coming out of that fence at the top of the leaderboard and just carrying that through the rest of the discipline. OCR time was insane.
30.68 she did on the OCR. I mean, it was incredible. The swim wasn't the fastest, but it was a good time for her.
I think it was good enough. I mean, she just needed to stay within a certain range, and she maybe is saving a bit for the laser run as well, because it is proving to be a tough battle she has on her hands.
Yeah, but she's dangerous. She's going to go out up front, and she's got to make sure she doesn't go out too quick. That's the key thing. That first visit to the range will be telling, won't it, for the front 3. If they can get in, get their shots out nice and calmly, 12 seconds, even 15 seconds, just an easy first shoot, that will just settle down the nerves and calm the adrenaline.
Yeah, they have to capitalize on that gap. They have Violeta Hrueva and Lucy Levachkova are at least 20 seconds away from the next competitor.
Yeah. Levachkova will be looking a similar process to Hrueva, going out 9 seconds after. There's a bit of breathing space, if you like, for Hrueva. But Gutsi just going through her final preparations. And they're also got two Spaniards in the lineup, Heredia and Fernandez Donda. Fernandez Donda here, going out in 6th place. She has a handicap of 34 seconds. And in fact, here is the start list. Hrueva going out first, a 9-second gap then before Levachkova goes. And then we have that drop you were talking about, Mariam, to Atia, Valencia, Fernanda Dondes. They're all going out in a clutch there. And as we go down, even Krenkova is really in that group. And we have another little gap, and then the world number 1, world number 2 and world number 8 go out in the cluster with Flavan and Karbovnik in hot pursuit. Gutsi, Xiong and Adir. It was really fascinating to see where they are when they visit the range for the second time. Not so far behind. Kazali, Erdos, Malashinoka. It's too tightly packed. Zuxiul, though, I mean, if she could get onto the podium, that would be amazing. Yeah,
that would be a historic laser run for sure. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Ilka Zuxiul, but again, you have that competition in the forefront of the field, and as we get closer to the start of this race, things get nervy, even in the commentary box.
They certainly do. We have 5 visits to the range, 5 laps of 600 meters for these 18 athletes, vying for the top 3 spots, a place on the podium. And maybe they're looking to be a little lucky, Erdos, with a fitting tattoo. Sometimes it does come down to a bit of luck. Are you calm enough? You go into the range on the 5th time of visiting for sure. Zuxiul sitting there will absolutely need some luck. They're just going through their final preparations now. They're checking the gate that they go out of. It's not a physical gate, it's a metaphorical gate. They start on the left or the right, so that they don't go out and get in each other's way. And that's going to be really important once the first 2 have gone, because we've kind of got 2 groups of athletes that are going out within seconds of each other, including Blanka Guzzi. And she is going to have the crowd right behind her. If she can get off to a good start, you can expect the crowd to be very, very loud, and that may well spur her on. It might add as well to spurring on Erdos, the other Hungarian out there. The final countdown for the laser run is upon us. Hrueva, Levachkova, Atia, Valencia, Yurt, Fernandez, Donda are the top 6 who will be leaving the start gate and getting into the range. These final moments of preparation, critical. It's time for the Women's World Cup final laser run. And Violeta Hrueva of Belarus gets out to the start and goes into the range with a 9-second lead over Lucy Levachkova of Czechia. We then have a bit of a gap before we see Jana Atia, Hara Valencia, Anna Yurt and Esther Fernandez Donda. And we already have Hrueva in the range.
This is looking like good shooting from Hrueva. Already 3 out the 5. Misses her 4th. Levachkova is catching up here. Not quite, though, because Hrueva moves into a 4 out of the 5. 12-second shot for Hrueva. That should do it on her first shot. Get out those nerves, because Levachkova is now missing out on her 5th shot a couple times now. The rest of the athletes are joining her in the range. This is very nervy from Levachkova. You can see her shooting accuracy on the top right-hand corner of your screen there. It's all over the place. And look at that gap close right down. Valencia, Yurt, Fernandez all in the range. Levachkova almost at 35 seconds, a 33-second shoot. Fernandez is out. She's in 3rd place. Yurt is out. out. Altea is out. And just like that, that gap has closed right down.
Well, that is a painful watch for fans of Lucy Hlavackova. She has dropped right the way down in the first shoot. On the other side of the coin, Hurieva shot in 12 seconds and gets right the way out. And look how far Hlavackova has dropped back from Hurieva. 26.6 seconds behind her. That is huge. And boy, does that help Hurieva here. She doesn't even need to look behind her, does she?
Yeah, Hurieva's in an excellent position, and she needs to keep that ball rolling because Hlavackova is on her tail and looking further back. Anna Yurt is now in that bronze medal position. So is Fernandez, though, because she is chasing her down.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? If they've climbed all this way up, the ones behind Hlavackova, you can expect them, if things go the same way in the second shoot, for Hlavackova to go all the way down, perhaps even dropping outside the top 6, outside the top 8. And here is Yurt, focus on third place. And she's just taking a pace on her run. She's not going too hard. Hurieva is now clearly in the lead and crosses the start-finish line for the first time in the race and will make her second visit to the range. It looks like Hlavackova may well have picked up a little bit of time, but she's already looking like she's starting to struggle as Hurieva is in the range.
Yes, Hurieva missing out her first shot, gets it on her second. It's now 1 out the 5, and no room for mistakes here because Hurieva's nerves are getting to her, and Hlavackova has closed that gap right up. Hurieva is in trouble now. 3 out the 5 for Hurieva, 4 out the 5. This is looking better. Misses out on her fifth one, but is away with 16 seconds. Hlavackova is shooting better here. It's going to be 8 seconds to shoot from Hlavackova. That is so much better. Yurt now is closing things up. It's going to be around a time of 10 seconds. It's 11 seconds for Yurt. What about the people further back? Heredia is making a comeback. Fernandez is out. Heredia is out with 7 seconds.
Well, what a difference that second shoot has made for Hlavackova. I mean, it wasn't super slow from Hurieva, but fast. 8 seconds compared to the 33 seconds she took in her first shoot. But Yurt now in a strong third position here. Heredia climbing the rankings. Gutsi down in 7th at the moment.
Yes, Anna Yurt is on a charge. I don't think she's content with that bronze medal just yet. She is going to be looking to chase down Hlavackova, but Hlavackova a strong runner indeed. It's all going to come down to the range.
That's the top 3 and the distance between them, and just behind, wearing number 10, Heredia is hunting them down as well. Can the Spaniard get into this? And Song has jumped as well. She's moved up into 5th place. So Song has got herself right back into this as the leading athletes come back into the arena. They have this little double loop that they do going into the start-finish straight before the third visit to the range. Oh, this is shaping up to be thrilling. This is all coming down to how well these leaders are going to shoot now. Things could change around very, very quickly here as the leader, Hurieva from Belarus, is going to cross the start-finish line and go into that first bend and into the range for the third time.
Yeah, so third shooting series, everything on the line for these athletes. We've seen how much the shooting can make a difference as our top 3 are, well, I'm not quite sure what Anna Yurt's holding something in her hand. We'll take a look at that as they head into the range, but Hurieva back in the range. This is better shooting from Hurieva. Misses out on her third, gets her third now. Hlavackova catching up, but Hurieva a 7-second shoot, and that should do it. Hlavackova now is being caught up by Yurt. Both 3 out the 5, both 4 out the 5, and now Hlavackova leaves the range with a 12-second shoot. Yurt with a 10-second shoot, and now she is gaining. What about Heredia? Heredia with 1 shot to go, and she could be out in third. But look at that. Song as well, 10 seconds. Heredia with 15 seconds. 4th and 5th are out of the range.
Amazing stuff here. And Guzzi has climbed up into 6th place as well with her shoot. She's put herself right back in this, 23 seconds off the leader. Hurieva out front here from Hlavackova and Yurt, both shooting very well in that third series. There's another 9-second drop off to Xiong. Xiong will find herself right in this if she can have another good shoot. But the people in front of her, the athletes in front of her, are getting into the range and performing really well. What less can you expect from these athletes? They are absolutely on top of their game here at the World Cup final. And Yurt, though, has swallowed up Hlavackova on the track, and Hlavackova may well be suffering right now. We did see it on that second lap after the first shoot that she was already starting to show a little bit of pain, and she's been swallowed up by Anna Yurt. You called it, Mariam. You said that it's not enough, third.
Yeah, I think Anna Yurt now is going to even charge for that gold medal position, and it's well within reach because she is shooting incredibly well and catching people out on track. Hlavackova, though, is keeping pace in the inside portion.
That Yurt is only around about 20-25 meters behind Hurieva. This could be a very interesting shoot. Hurieva just starting to show a little bit as well. Yurt looking pretty solid there. She's running with freedom.
Yeah, she is. She is looking good out on track, but it is Heredia and Song on the chase now. Hurieva back in the arena. This shoot is crucial. Let's see what Hurieva can do. Misses out on her first, but gets it. 2 out the 5. Yurt is in the range now. 3 out the 5 for Hurieva. Yurt with 2 out the 5. Hurieva, 1 shot to go, 10 seconds. That should do it for Hurieva, holding on to that gold medal position. What about Yurt? Can she put in a good shoot here? Almost a 15-second one. It's a 14-second shoot. Who's coming out in third? Because Heredia is shooting incredibly well. Hlavackova is out in third, but Heredia with an 11-second shoot is only about 3 to 4 seconds behind. Sung is out, and Guzi is back in the mix.
Well, Hurieva doing just about enough to stay out front, but only behind her by 8 seconds is Anna Yurt. Hlavackova another 4 seconds back, could get swallowed up here by Hurieva and Song, but this is the leader, the leading 3 in a line. You can just start to see the bobbing of the head from Hlavackova. That indicates some tired legs and tired lungs, and I think that Heredia behind her is, well, it's Song actually who's moved up behind her, is looking to find a way through. Heredia just between them.
Yeah, look at Heredia gaining on Hlavackova now. I think she's about to overtake her on track, and that would mean bronze medal for Heredia if she is to keep up that pace. Look at that pace. She goes around the outside of Hlavackova, and Hlavackova now drops out of the podium. But look at Guzi on a charge from the back.
Unbelievable stuff. She's taken Song as well. This isn't over yet. This is far from over. We have one more visit to the range and one more lap. A mad dash to the World Cup final podium here in 2026. Hurieva leading Yurt. Heredia's moved up into third position. Hlavackova getting swallowed up, and it looks like her head's gone down a little bit as well. She knows this one has probably gone, and she's got Guzi right behind her with Song not far behind her. Well, we are coming to the last shoot. This is the bell. This is the moment of truth. Can Hurieva get in another solid shoot in the range and give herself the biggest chance of getting on the top of the podium here in Budapest?
Now, Hurieva is into the range, but Yurt is alongside her. Could see a potential switch up here if any mistakes are made in the range, and indeed there is, because they're both on 1 apiece. Hurieva and Yurt both on 2 out the 3. Look at that, 4 out the 5 for both these athletes. Yurt is out, Hurieva is out, and they're both fighting for that gold medal position. But who's in third? Guzi is gaining on Heredia. Look at that shooting from both these athletes. Heredia is out with a 14-second shoot. What about Guzi? Hlavackova is out in 4th place, and Guzi now is in 5th.
Well, look at this. This is a straight fight for the gold at the moment. They are clear ahead of the field, Hurieva and Yurt. They are neck and neck. The Swiss athlete has just taken to the front. Yurt on the final lap is leading from Hurieva. Heredia and Hlavackova, Guzi and Song are chasing down the other places, the top 6 places. But look at Yurt. She's digging deep, and she has put down the afterburners. She is trying to break the spirit of Hurieva. And Heredia is close enough at the moment to hunt down Hurieva if she starts to slow up. This is a spectacular run from the Swiss athlete. She is giving herself the biggest chance to take the gold medal here as she enters the arena. Around about 350 meters to go for Anna Yurt, an Olympian from Paris. She finished 11th at those games, silver at the European Championships in 2024, right here in Budapest. She loves competing here, and Anna Yurt is proving that she could climb onto the top of the podium. She comes up to the finishing line. She's clear. She knows she's done it. The new World Cup final champion, Anna Yurt from Switzerland. Hurieva from Belarus held on to take second place in the silver medal. It was a great run from Spain's Heredia to take the bronze medal. Gutzi climbed the rankings on home soil to finish in 4th place. She'll be on the extended podium. Does Hrvatskova make it over the line? She does, but she is spent in 5th place. And it's Xiong from Korea who comes over in 6th to complete the extended podium here at the World Cup final.
So now Rita Erdos is making her way across the line, climbing from 14th position all the way up into 7th. Look at those positions gained. Heredia with that spectacular move up from 10th all the way to 3rd as the rest of the athletes just come across the line. Now that was an insane race. We've had the switch-ups for the medal positions throughout this competition. I think the one person who's been incredibly consistent, I would say, is Hurieva.
Yeah, spectacular performance from her, but Anna Yurt, gritty run there as Krankova, who got promoted into this final, makes it over the line in 14th place. Gritty run from Yurt in the end as Elgindi comes up to complete the top 15 here at the World Cup final. Yeah, but the consistency from Yurt was from Hurieva was incredible. The runs from Heredia and Gutzi, spectacular. Hrvatskova holding on for 5th was pretty good as well. It was a massive drop for Valencia of Guatemala, finishing in 16th place. Vavan didn't quite get in the run that she had in the semi-finals. She was spectacular at semi-finals. And Zuxil, I think, fairly early in the race, the laser run, she decided it's not going to happen for me today. So she didn't exert the kind of prowess that we've seen before. But like I say, 3 different podium performances. Yeah, that gutsy run. You called it really early. She's not going to be satisfied. As soon as she took 3rd place, she thought, no, she's got much more in the tank. And she came through, as you said, consistency from Hurieva, and Heredia. I mean, that's a great performance to come from where she came from.
Yeah, she got bronze in the last World Cup and was just not going to settle to be off the podium this time around. And I think Budapest may be her lucky spot.
Well, the celebrations for Anna Yurt just beginning. Hurieva, what a brilliant performance. Yes, she started out in the 1st place at the start of the race and finished 2nd, but it was the performance throughout that made the real difference for the Belarusian. Superb performance from Hurieva. Yurt, though, the World Cup final champion, starting in 5th place in the laser run. She climbed all the way up to make it onto the podium. 10th starting position for Heredia, moving up to 3rd. I take a look back over the start of the laser run. Hurieva getting out first with a 9-second lead over Hrvatskova. She'd set this up with a brilliant fence and it remained at the top of the rankings all the way through the obstacles and the swim. to put herself in a good position. She also got a great first shoot. Hlavackova, on the other hand, took 33 seconds with her first shoot. There was an opportunity for Anna Yurt to close up the gap, and that she did. Hlavackova did stay in touch, and she had a much better second shoot, but Yurt was red hot and ready to fight for a place on the podium. We saw Hlavackova get out of the range much quicker on the second shoot, 8 seconds, but she started to huff and puff on the track, and Yurt was able to overtake to move up into second place. And just grabbing hold of her sunglasses in the third shoot. Hlavackova didn't do too bad, but Hryeva got out first, and there was the big overtake. And Hlavackova struggled from then on. Eradir fought back, and the group that we thought might be chasing really came to the fore. Eradir moving up and overtaking Hlavackova, and that put her in prime position for a place on the podium as the bell went. Hryeva controlled her nerves, but it was a gritty performance as the two of them came out together, the leaders, Hryeva and Yurt put down the afterburners. There was nothing left in the tank for Hryeva, but she did well to cling on. Yurt sprinted over the line for the World Cup final title of 2026. It was a real gutsy performance from Hryeva. Started on a foundation of a great fence, and then a gutsy run from the Spaniard, Eradir, to take the final step on the podium. But that is the outpouring of emotion from a season's hard work. And warm congratulations from the Belarusian. But the World Cup final champion is Anna Yurt of Switzerland. Well, here are the confirmation of the final standings in the women's final at the 2026 Pentathlon World Cup final. Anna Yurt of Switzerland taking the gold medal here, moving up 4 places in the final. Violetta Hryeva taking the silver medal after a brilliant performance, and then Laura Eradir taking the bronze medal. There were chances for Malashanoka, Kasseli, but they finished up in the middle of the pack because those up front just didn't make big mistakes. It was a drop of 12 places for Paula Valencia from Guatemala, and in the end, Azuxul just couldn't find her way through. And, well, Mariam's taken a hot dash down from the commentary box out to the podium, and she is talking to the new bronze medalist. Over to you, Mariam.
Yes, thank you, Kareem. I mean, Lara Herdia, only a few weeks ago, you got a bronze here in Budapest, and now making it back-to-back bronzes. How do you feel being back on the podium? And I mean, you came all the way back from 10th.
Well, I'm full of joy right now. I think that in this competition, it was easier than the other one. The other one was like an explosion of feelings. And right now, I just did the job at home, and I just had to bring it here and demonstrate it again. So I'm very happy, and I think that this is the good way.
Well, we love the confidence, and we love seeing you on the podium, obviously. Again, you are one of the very few, or actually the very first Spaniard to become the first athlete at the Olympics, and now you are on the podium consistently. What's your plan for the next competitions?
Well, I think that the goal in the World Championship, for sure, is going to be at the top again. I think that the process is working out, and I'm very, very proud of all the workout that we did at home with my team, with my family, with my partner, Matei. And I think that when you have the balance, it's everything easier.
Well, listen, congratulations. Just a word in Spanish for your family and friends back home.
Yes. Us estimo molt, família. Moltes gràcies a tota la gent que m'està recolzant dia a dia, a tota la gent que em segueix. Noto la vostra energia positiva. T'estimo molt, Aleix, us estimo molt a tots i de veritat que estic molt feliç per aquesta supermedalla, que és molt important i crec que m'està donant molta confiança pel que està venint per davant.
Congratulations, Laura. Enjoy it. Another podium for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Lovely stuff there from Laura Herrera. Nice to hear from the bronze medalist about how she feels about the performance, which is obviously wonderful, and what she's already looking forward to the next competition. They're so professional, these athletes. She's got a big smile. She'll probably take a moment to celebrate this bronze medal here in Budapest at the 2026 Pentathlon World Cup final. And Mariam is still down on the field of play, and she has got the silver medalist Violeta Hryeva of Belarus with her. Over to you, Mariam.
Violeta, another medal this season, a bronze in Cairo earlier in the first World Cup, and now a silver. It was a very interesting battle you've had with Anna Yurt. How was your mind in that last shooting? You knew that she was behind you.
Еще одна медаль для себя в этом году. Как вообще было вот это на стрельбе, то, что она рядом с тобой ощущалась, это вообще свое состояние?
В целом, в последнее время моя стрельба немножечко неудачная, поэтому, скажу так, на нее сильно внимания не обращала и старалась зациклиться только на своей работе.
My shooting was very bad last time, and I was not thinking about it and just trying to do my best.
I mean, you're definitely a contender and one that we're always rooting for to be on the podium. So congratulations to you, and just anything you want to say to your family and friends back home.
Хочу передать всем большое спасибо за уже очередную такую крутую церемонию, крутой старт такой. И всех люблю, всем спасибо. Будем дальше работать, это не последний старт.
I want to thank my family, and it was amazing ceremony here and competition here. So thank you so much to my relatives and to everyone. I love everyone.
Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy your silver medal. Congratulations, Hryeva.
Thank you so much.
Violeta Hryeva there. I think she's been a bit harsh on herself. That shooting wasn't terrible. She had a slightly slower second and fifth shoot, but it was pretty good overall. Consistency was her key, built on the foundation of that brilliant start in the fence. And Mariam now has the new World Cup final champion with her. Here is Anna Yurt.
We are here with Anna Yurt, our gold medalist from the World Cup final, her first ever senior World Cup final medal and World Cup medal in the senior circuit. Anna Yurt, you started down in fifth and made it all the way to the top. You were somehow in that bronze medal position for a while. Were you satisfied with that bronze, or did you know that you can get gold?
Actually, I think my fault in the last World Cup was that I thought today I could do medal for the first time. And so today my goal was just to do my own race, to stay in my race. So of course, I knew I'm around the third position, but I never thought about medal. I thought about doing my own race, doing as good as I can. And yeah, I did that till the end, and I'm so happy that it worked out.
I mean, you fought hard to just be here in the World Cup finals. It's a big, big achievement. And now your first ever podium. What is your plan looking forward to the Europeans and China?
I mean, for this year, I don't have a particular goal in the ranking because for me, still the OCR discipline is very new. So for me, it's just to gain experience, to be happy, to have fun. So I try to keep that during the season till the Olympics. So yeah, that's my goal, to have fun.
I mean, Anna Yurt, you are extremely humble. This gold medal is huge. You've had very fierce competitors, so I know and I can see the emotion in your eyes. So just a word back home in your own language.
ich wollte allen Danke sagen, die mich auf dem Weg begleitet haben. Ja, ich eigentlich nicht mehr rennen, aber merci vielmals, dass ihr an meiner Seite sind. Ein spezielles Merci an meinen Freund Vital. Er ist immer da, bei allen Tiefs, bei allen Höchst. Danke an meine Unterstützer, an die Armee, RAM, an die Schweizer Sporthilfe und an Kanton Obwalden. Merci, dass Sie da sind. Danke an meine Familie und meine Freunde. Merci.
Congratulations, you are the World Cup final champion. Enjoy this, Anna.
It is great to see emotion on the podium, and clearly a paced race from Anna Yurt from Switzerland. She stuck to her own game plan, and she had enough left in the tank on that last lap to really go for it with some awesome shoots as well. The balance of her running and keeping it under wraps and not going out too hard, even though she knew that she could hunt down the top two, probably helped in the shoot. And that is what took her to the gold medal in the World Cup final champion. She had a fantastic laser run. She put herself in position. Let's take a look back at her best parts. Well, she went out in the fence, and she did pretty well in the fence. She was really good in the defensive actions, and that's what took her to that. But then onto the obstacles, and this two-handed over the ascension bars. The run was pretty good, and she knew she kept herself in the running with a good time on the obstacles. Into the pull, and Yurt was up for it as well. She got herself into a prime position for an attack. 5th place she started the laser run, and she stuck to her game plan, as she said in her interview with Mariam, and waited and paced herself for this last lap overtake. Mariam, it was superb.
Yeah, I mean, Anna Yurt, you could just see the emotion in her eyes. It's her first ever senior circuit World Cup medal, and it's just insane to see just how much it meant to her.
Yeah, and Mariam's just dashed back up from the field of play, right up to the top of the stands in the commentary position, having just spoken to this lady here, the new World Cup final champion. And you just look at her performance overall: 5th in the fence, 2nd in the obstacles, 30.54 over the obstacles. It wasn't the fastest swim of 1:05.09, but it kept her in a position to challenge for the podium. And once she was there, the discipline to stick to her game plan and not attack too early paid off. And the shoot was absolutely the thing that I think she benefited from by not going out too early. Those 3rd, 4th and 5th shoots were absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think, she's been consistent in the range, and she is one to play on her strengths. She knows her laser run is her best discipline, and just coming in at 5th was enough for her.
It certainly was, and she really took it apart for her first ever podium finish. And the award ceremony is just being prepared right now. That is the podium that's been set up on the B-Piste, which will be in use a little bit later on today as well, because that's not all the action we've got here on Super Sunday. We have the men's final coming up before that, though. We have to give out the medals to the top contenders, and out come the presentation party.
Yeah, one more thing though, the difference between Laura Hertia's last interview for her first ever World Cup medal and now being on the podium again, she looks like she has so much more confidence in where she is and her abilities, and it shows. She's prepped for this.
Time for the presentation of the medals here for the Women's World Cup final of 2026. Extended podium, so the top 6 get their moment in the limelight. Coming from 9th at the start of the laser run, Sung Min from Korea. Starting 2nd, She just ran out of steam a little bit. Lucy Klavacheva finished in 5th. On home soil, starting in 8th. She was a little ways back, but Blanka Guzzi makes it to 4th place. The presentation party for the medals and certificates and flowers for places 4 to 6 coming out. Didn't quite do it. Song and Guzzi put themselves in a position over the first 3 disciplines where they had to really fight hard, and so they did to get into the top 6, but it was those ahead of them that shot well, ran well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there were any shortcomings from these athletes in the laser run specifically. It was everything that led up to that. If Guzzi would have finished higher up in the direct elimination, she probably would have been on that podium, but still came back to get 4th. I mean, the extended podium is something that we love to see because we see those athletes that don't get medals still being mentioned.
Coming from 10th at the start of the laser run, a spectacular performance, a spectacular smile on the face of the bronze medalist, Laura Heredia from Spain, the 2026 World Cup final bronze medalist.
Yeah, she's really, really establishing herself here. First medal was just a few weeks ago, and then makes it back-to-back.
Budapest is coming a bit of a favourite for her. Beaming smile on the bronze medalist face, Laura Heredia of Spain, 3rd place. She started in 1st. She said she had a terrible shoot. I don't quite believe her. She may have had one bad visit to the range, but the rest of it was pretty good. And Violeta Hryeva put herself in the position of taking this silver medal for Belarus by starting the best way she possibly could with a brilliant fence. It wasn't a bad obstacles from her either, a solid swim. And then she had a 9-second lead. She couldn't quite hold on to 1st place, but a brilliant, consistent performance from Violeta Hryeva from Belarus, the silver medalist here in Budapest 2026.
Yeah, again, Violeta, she's so self-critical, which I understand from elite athletes, but that's what makes her the best, and that's what keeps her going. She's never satisfied with the bare minimum. Look at the waterworks.
The World Cup final champion of 2026, overcome with emotion. It's Anna Yurt from Switzerland. President of the UIPM, the International Pentathlon Federation, giving out the medal to the World Cup final champion, Anna Yurt from Switzerland.
What an achievement. It's been a long time coming for this one. She has fought hard this entire season and the seasons before, but now, today, it finally paid off.
Well, cue the waterworks. I think you're spot on there. She's barely holding them back, and now she gets to hear her anthem.
Kérem, álljunk föl, és hallgassuk meg Svájc nemzeti himnuszt.
So there we have it, the podium and the medal ceremony complete. Time for the photo opportunity. Anna Yurt of Switzerland taking the gold medal. Violeta Rieva of Belarus with the silver. Spain's Laura Heredia with the bronze medal. Finishing in fourth, Blanka Guzzi on home soil. Czechia's Lucy Hrvatskova finishing fifth, and Seung Min finishing sixth.
Yeah, we just had a second there to confirm this, but Anna Yurt is the first female pentathlete ever to win a medal for Switzerland on a World Cup circuit. So that is an incredible achievement, not just for her, but for her country as well.
Historic day then for Switzerland here in Budapest.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is peak pentathlon for you here at the World Cup final. Exciting races.
Well, that is the women's final complete here in Budapest. Final thought, Mariam?
I mean, if the women's are anything to go by, the men's are going to take us for one hell of a thrill.
Again, you've just led me beautifully into it, because starting in around about 2 hours' time, we will have the World Cup final for the men's here in Budapest. Thank you so much for joining us for our first broadcast session of Super Sunday. We'll see you in a couple of hours.
Into the lead. Smile.
Look at that shooting accuracy.
He's going to cross the line as a deserving World Cup final.